ahead.
Action.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Robin.
Jerry.
And
We're almost at 100.
we're almost at 100. This is
What are we going to do for 100?
Savor at Home number 99. I don't know, actually.
98.
No, this is 99.
This is 99?
Yeah. So, what should we do for Savor at Home 100?
I think we should ask
The
the
viewers?
viewers. Let us know what you want us to taste. We will buy whatever bottle.
Are you serious?
No.
I'm going to write in a comment.
We
then.
will drink whatever bottle you send us.
Yeah. Let us know what you'd be interested in for the 100th Savor at Home,
Something
which is
good.
the next one. So
Something good, I'll tell you that.
we should talk about this Savor at Home now. We don't need to dwell on the
99.
next Savor at Home.
What do we got?
So let me ask you something. When you hear sourced whiskey, what are your first thoughts?
MGP.
Good, yeah, okay, MGP. Do you know who MGP is? What does MGP stand for?
Not really. I know some companies who use them.
Such as?
High West. I know they started to do some more of their other stuff. I like them. I like their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're this sort of behind the scenes for the consumer.
I think a lot of whiskey nerds in the US have heard of MGP.
Mm-hmm.
It stands for?
Make
Nope.
perfect grains.
Make Perfect Grains? MPG?
Oh, make grains perfect.
Midwest.
Make
Grain.
great products. Oh, that's cool.
You're really close. It's Midwest Grain Products. And
That's
they
close.
are in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. They're a huge manufacturing facility that produces a lot of different whiskeys and other spirits. They have multiple different types of mash bills, etc. And they are sourced by a lot of distilleries. And some of them will source it and finish it in different barrels. Some other brands will source and blend. And the number of brands that are out there that source from MGP is pretty endless. And maybe I'll insert an abridged list here. Maybe I'll do the Star Wars one where they all just kind of go this way. Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that your lightsaber noise?
Yeah.
So, if you pick up a bottle of whiskey, you can flip over to the back of the label and you can look to see if it says distilled in Indiana or product of Indiana or something like that. Most often, it's MGP. Anyways, there are multiple reasons why a distillery might source whiskey from MGP or some other big producers.
Maybe they just got started.
Maybe they just got started. This is an excellent example.
And they too want to make great products.
They want an MGP.
So they don't want to rush things. Yeah.
Well, think about it. You're starting up a brand and you want to come out with a whiskey. But what is something that whiskey needs? Time. Yeah. So how long are you going to be able to sit on these barrels that you've just made before needing money to come in?
Right.
Yeah, so some distilleries will choose to make vodka and gin or things that don't need to be aged, or they'll choose to source some whiskey. Now, I feel that source whiskey tends to have a negative connotation to it just because it feels a little misleading, right? When you're buying these bottles and you think you're getting a bottle of whiskey that's been produced by a cool new craft distillery, you're sipping on it, you're like, yeah, this tastes great. How did they open up a couple years ago and they're bottling something that's 10 years old? I'm a little confused. And then you see on the back label it says distilled in Indiana. But I feel like consumers just feel a little misleaded if they're not kind of told up front, like, hey, this is a whiskey that we sourced.
Right. Sure.
But again, to play devil's advocate, these distilleries are not usually doing it in a malicious sense. It's usually because they need some product and need some money coming in. In the meantime, they're able to show off their blending skills and other things like that. So this was like a really long intro for me to tell you what we're tasting.
It sounds like we're probably tasting
a sourced whiskey.
A sourced whiskey.
We are.
Okay.
Yeah, we are tasting a whiskey from Utah. This is Clearwater. This is their 5-year-old rye.
Distilled in Indiana. Wow. I never realized that that's how you can tell. It says distilled in Indiana, small batch, bottled by Clearwater Distilling Co., Pleasant Grove, Utah. I like the
Back
bottle.
in the day, you could write, like Clearwater could write on their label, produced by Clearwater. And the produced by Clearwater would be the misleading thing. But now TTB wants a little bit more clarity and transparency, so you cannot say produced by Clearwater if you didn't mash, ferment, distill, etc.
I see. This is batch 3. So tell me a little bit about Clearwater.
Clearwater is said to be the first distillery in Utah County to pop up since Prohibition.
Oh, that's cool.
They were founded in 2019 and first launched in March of 2020.
Wow.
Kind of a tough time to launch, right? So even more of a reason why you would start sourcing whiskey, because you can't have people coming into your distillery during COVID.
Right.
And hearing your story, tasting your products, etc.
What is their story?
You can see on the label, what does it say underneath Clearwater?
Defiantly different.
Defiantly different. So the founder and the company, they want to create products that are different and new and exciting and create new palettes for the consumer.
That's cool.
So they do produce some pretty exciting products. They make an eau de vie.
Ooh.
Which is
an unaged brandy.
Yeah. So their
That's
eau de
cool.
vie is a variety of fruits, and I'm going to have to read them off because I can't remember. Their eau de vie is distilled from apple, pear, mango, strawberry, peaches, blueberry, and
That sounds actually really cool.
molasses. So it's an eau de vie with a little bit of a rum
I'd like to
thing
try that.
to it.
That
I
sounds
would
good.
too. Yeah, I'd be really excited to try that. This is called Josephine, this eau de vie.
Oh.
They also produce a spiced rum. They're fermenting both molasses and piloncillo. And then when they're distilling it, instead of infusing the rum post-distillation with spices, they put in a gin basket some vanilla beans and cinnamon sticks.
That does sound defiantly different. That's pretty cool.
They also source a rye whiskey, maybe it's from MGP, I'm not sure, and an Armagnac, which is produced in
Armagnac, France.
Yes, and they blend those together.
Oh.
So that's a really cool blend, a really cool idea. But today we're trying their 5-year-old rye sourced from MGP. So it's bottled at cask strength, which is...
For them, it's 59.1% ABV.
Yep.
118.2 proof. That's good to hear. I like...
Pretty high.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so I think...
And it's 5 years old, aged?
Yeah, 5 years old. So to find a 5-year-old MGP rye at about 60% ABV for the price of $75, kind of hard to come by.
Okay. Shall we try it?
No. I want to thank the Patreons first. Thank you guys so much for helping to support the channel and for being a part of our neat community over on Patreon. If you, the viewer, would also like to help support the channel and get to chat back and forth with Jerry on Patreon, I've got a link in the description below where you can join us over on Patreon.
Do it.
And we should also thank our friend Jason, who
The
gave
chef.
us this bottle.
Chef Jason. Yes, chef.
Okay, now we can try it.
Let's try
if
it.
you're ready. Don't bite me.
It's hot in here. I like the color.
Yeah, it's got good color.
It's definitely a darker golden color. What would you call this?
Caramel.
A caramel color. That smells good. I've had some MGP things and I really like them. And immediately that's kind of, I mean, I can tell.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what mash bill this is from MGP. Because like I said, MGP produces a variety of mashes. What they're most known for is their 95.5 mash bill, 95 rye, 5% malted barley.
Let's see if we can tell.
I don't know that we'll be able to tell. And the 95.5 is what High West tends to source. And Angel's Envy. Rye. So right off the bat, I'm getting like a lot of syrupy notes.
A lot of syrupy.
I'm getting caramel and butterscotch and maple syrup. Like lots and lots of syrupy notes.
I get a lot of, out of those three, maple syrup.
There's also some like sweet orange in here.
Yep, orange. A little bit of the orange peel.
And then as I dive my nose in a little bit further, I'm starting to get some of those spices.
Yeah, a little bit of cinnamon. Very little.
Some caraway.
Some rye.
Some star anise. What was that face?
So I like to drink in the winter.
There's a little maltiness too. Like
A little bit.
almost like Whoppers. Like
And you can-
malted milk balls, not the Burger King?
It has a really
McDonald's?
nice
Which one has Whoppers?
Burger King.
There's some nuttiness too. There's like some dusty nuts, like almost like an old stale marzipan that has collected some dust. I don't know if you would leave marzipan out like that, but
I want to drink this in cabin.
this is more
This is a cabin whiskey.
winter time, fall. So not perfect for the weather that we have right now.
No, it's hot right now, but
Did you see on the back of the
Hot in
label they
Utah.
have
a setting.
a setting, they have a mood and a setting on the back?
I like that. Mood, bristled, bare-knuckled, bold. Setting, dark tavern, poker room, horse track, cigar lounge.
There's also some vanilla on the nose. A little bit of vanilla candle, like a little waxiness too.
It's very good. I get more of those spices on the palate, but it still has definitely the sweetness.
As soon as it hits my tongue, juicy figs.
Juicy figs.
Oh my gosh, juicy figs. Unmistakably figs. And then now I'm getting the figs in the finish too. Really fun. But yeah, as soon as I swallow the sip, it's a lot of those spices. Very heavy caraway, the rye spice, some cinnamon and clove and star anise.
It's got a nice
And
mouthfeel.
then now I'm back to spicy figs. Can I get spice and a fig in there?
And it's not terribly hot.
There's
I mean,
a
it's up
little
there,
bit, yeah.
mean,
For
for 60%.
for 60, yeah, it's kind of. I'm on the fence about whether I think it's a little hot or not.
So when I go back, I get a little bit more of a,
On the nose,
yeah, like more of a fruity thing. More of those oranges coming through for me.
yeah, and some cranberries.
I really like it. I get some of the baking spices.
I got a little pickle, a little dill.
I don't get pickle in this
Just
one.
a hint. Like imagine that you've got all the baking spices in a mortar and pestle like right in front of you. And then I'm behind you a few feet and I opened up a pickle jar.
Okay.
It's like way back there, you know, where you're just like, huh, I think I got that.
Sure.
Second sip had a little bit more heat for me.
I was the opposite.
Really? I think it's got a drying quality to it.
The finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of sets
Not
me
at
up for
first.
the next sip to be to have a little bit more astringency when it's in my mouth. Again, 60%.
Right.
You know.
I mean, it's up my alley a little bit. Overall, pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd say.
$75. Do you think it's worth it?
I think so.
I will say, for kind of the message that Clearwater is putting out, that they want to be defiantly different, they want to be distillers that color outside the lines, they want to offer the consumer a new palate. I think that this doesn't accomplish that.
I think the other products probably do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is that I don't think that this is defiantly different. However, I am more than happy to support Clearwater so that they can keep doing
It sounds
what
like
they're doing as far as the eau de vie goes, etc. I'm very excited
And
to try
potentially
those products.
a really cool, different whiskey too. I think.
Exactly. I'm excited about Clearwater, and this is
I am
a
too.
delicious MGP rye that they've bottled.
I'd like to seek out their other products, especially the eau de vie.
Definitely.
Thanks again, Jason. It's delicious. If you like this video, if you want to see more content like this, remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and maybe even comment.
Please do comment and let us know what we should do for Savor at Home number 100.
Should we taste 100 different whiskeys in 1 hour?
No, that's a terrible idea. I tap out after 3 for palate fatigue.
This is 100. This is Savor at Home number 100. Gotta go big.
Maybe we could do like $100 whiskey in different categories. Try $100 rye, try $100 bourbon, try $100 American single malt, try $100 Scotch single malt. What did you just say? No, not good. Up. Okay. Oops, sorry. Did I hurt you? Welcome back to
Sorry.
You already did that.
It's the second take. Take 2.